Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today I am going to talk about new additions to the previous video on a Python script file using Outlook with an Outlook add-in on Windows, which is used for crypto signaling. I have now put the ability to also receive forex signaling from Oanda, and the Oanda data, and there's a setup that it will save a signals file, a CSV file for my custom Metatrader for Expert Advisor. So I'm going to show you that, and I'll be probably putting out my EA next week. And as always, that works in conjunction with what you can get through the store on the Quant Analytics service here. And this is again at quantlabs.net. And if you want to learn some of the Python that I'm using and the techniques, you can also get it through the course. But if you want to get yourself everything that I do, it's go after the elite membership here. So back to all of that. What we can do is, let me just show you the Outlook here. So here's the Outlook emails, both crypto. There are some positions also for forex, again using Oanda. So I would strongly recommend use Oanda, the Metatrader version that you can download from Oanda and execute all your orders with Oanda. Some of the big changes I've made are pretty significant, but what I've shown in the past video is pretty well the same. And a couple of things I want to make sure we understand before I continue. Okay, so regarding how this setup has been designed, the file, this Python script would crash, or not crash, but it would throw exceptions with multi-threading because it's single-threaded, and there was just a flawed design between the object-oriented and the sequential programming that I had in that video. It was a big weakness, and it showed itself here. I've also purposely sent over a lot of emails to see what would happen if either Outlook or the Outlook add-in would be able to keep up, and specifically the Python script. And one big problem was the exceptions on the multi-threading was conflicting with like too many changes in the file, in the folder. So there was just conflicts, and it would throw these multi-threading exceptions. So I made some massive improvement to that. So let me show it to you. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to highlight here, is that change. So in here we have receive signal crypto, and then I went through an iteration, and then the most recent is receive signal crypto fx2 Python. Okay, so essentially what I've done is everything's the same with the exception of here, I made a new class called function. So all the functionality regarding the trading, receiving of emails, and modifying the signal CSV files are all in one class. So in there, I'm able to make sure it's like a equivalent of a singleton design, where just only one point of the code can be accessed at once using this static method decorator, and it seems to minimize it quite a lot. I would say I've been able to reduce down to about 90% exceptions with the multi-threading. It's not an exact solution, but part of it is the signaling is really slowed down now quite a bit. So let me just show you where we got. So we know about the watch, we know about the file changes in the handler that I put in that last video. Again, I'll repeat. Again, the blog post that you want on my blog at quantlabs.net/blog right here. you want to look for a post called Crypto Signal Python Script Walkthrough with Outlook and Add-in. So if you search for that, you'll be able to get the first, call it, iteration of this script. Okay. So now let's go into the next iteration version. And what I had to do was a few things here. Now again, the style of coding's not the best, but that's okay. I just wanted to demonstrate what's been added and what's been changed. Okay, so in here when you process a signal, when there's a new change in that folder, two things can happen. Either it can be a forex signal with FX, where it's searching for FX in the subject of the email, or if it's not there, it will continue processing as if it's a crypto signal. And that code pretty well has not changed. I'll just go one over just to make sure it's not been changed. I have changed some of the array manipulation to capture the via the tokens, and when it splits it or parses it and gets the proper levels of the Fibonacci and all that. And we have that. So right now, as I said, this is the big new change right here, is the FX if it's in the subject. So that's the type of signal. So if it is a signal, then it will process it as a forex signal, and then it'll process obviously the forex signal. So here's the code. It's very similar to the crypto code. So it will go in, grab the email body, because you're passing in the email body right here into the function called process forex signal, and then in there, what it will do is I'll parse it up using this split right here, converts it to a string, and again it has all these tokens. And it will properly assign the pair or the symbol, decide if it's an entry or an exit. And again, this is going to be different. You might not know with the code if you choose to use the quant analytics service here. What will happen is if you choose that, you'll be able to obviously receive the email signals into your quant analytics account. Set it up as I've shown you with the Python and the Python script, as well as the Outlook with the Outlook add-in that you need. I've covered that in the past videos. So now with the forex, it's totally different, because that was with crypto, but now we've added forex. So what we're doing is we set all our levels of the Fibonacci, and all we care about are 618 for the entry, the 786 for the first target of profit, and maybe if there's enough momentum in the price action of the pair, target level 1000. But this is the key right here. What we need to do is we need to create a new text file. I might need to change this to be able to finalize it with what the Metatrader 4 expert advisor will need to accept, but it might be a CSV. And then in what you do is you put it and assign it in your Metatrader files folder. Okay, so if I was to launch my Metatrader, and again, I am using Oanda because I want to synchronize my data and the orders with the same broker. And one of the reasons I chose Oanda is to support US as well as the US market as well. So here, when you come under Metatrader, all you got to do is go under File, Open Data Folder, and you will be able to capture your folder. And all you got to do here is go into MQL4 and then look for files, and this is where that file from the Python will get created. Okay, and I'll be putting out a video to explain how the expert advisor for Metatrader will work. But in order to kick off an order, all you need to know is you need to create a signal, an entry only. You don't need to worry about the exit. From there, you just create the entry signal file, and I will be able to maybe in here in the code ignore anything that says exit as a side and only focus on the side of entry. So we only focus on the entries, not the exits. The reason I do that is because I've included that as an extra value of service, but you don't need it. But with this new custom expert advisor, it's been designed to handle the entire order process. So the life cycle of the order is handled by the expert advisor in Metatrader. So once it gets the EA, it will be able to trade from that point on, because it will automatically put an entry in, then trade, wait out for certain target levels. It will also apply a minimal stop loss as well. I'll explain this in detail, and cut the trade automatically or get out of the trade once it hits one of the Fibonacci levels that I set in the signal CSV. So all of that's been built into the EA. A lot of people want to know, how do you get the EA? Don't think you can get the source code for the EA, because you won't. But once it's available, it will be made available to all analytic users. So you'll be able to download that through this service and then plug it into your Metatrader environment of choice. And again, whatever broker you want to use is up to you with forex, with that Metatrader 4. But I would recommend and create that and put it into the this folder I just talked about, the MQL4 folder. Placing the order, again, that can be ignored because the Metatrader will handle that, but that's just in there just for the kicks. And actually, it doesn't really place the order. I just do it for logging. Same concept as the other file. It will create a CSV file or a log file, and using the pair, the side entry or exit, the closing price, and I can put more information in there if I want. Log it and write the data and close it, and we're done. So there's a lot of flexibility here. Again, that's why I make this open source, because I think this is important. One of the big benefits, if you decide to join minimum the quant analytics service, you will be able to get this custom EA built or as part of the service, and be able to use it to capture the emails sent to you via the server, as I've demonstrated before. But it also will handle both crypto using Kraken data and execute the orders for you, or using forex using a Wanda. Okay, so lots of good things here. And I might put out another video for other iterations of this Python script file. But so far, the one that's the latest is this receive signal crypto effects to Python. I'll put this also on GitHub as well. So hopefully I'll help out people. As I said in a past video, there's lots of flexibility here, which I'm pretty happy with. You can customize it any which way. And as I said, you can easily apply machine learning to it. or other advanced quantitative methodologies. You could do other things like and plug it into R, because R can read in Python, and even better, if you want, you can also put it into MATLAB as well. So very, very, very open for this, and a lot of modifications that you can use, and also obviously use it with Metatrader 4. And from what I've seen, not a lot of big brokers use Metatrader 5 except for one that I've seen called TrueTrade. Looks good too. Anyways, that's where it's at, and we shall talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Got comments, comment away on the usual social media, and we shall talk to you later. Have a good day.